Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dano Crypto. So the big question that everyone is asking, is AI a massive bubble? Well, I'm going to give you the scoop here today. We are going to be talking about the big questions, which is, are we going to even use currency in the future? Are we going to be powered by AI and the blockchain infrastructures for our entire existence of what we do on this planet? Well, let's get into it today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified. And we are going to be covering the juiciest news and narratives going into the next few years, because this is very, very important. We are on the precipice of one of the biggest paradigm shifts in financial history and in our culture and how we actually live and work. So let's pay attention. We are going to watch this clip from Elon Musk and Jensen Huang discussing the future of technology and AI, and we're going to listen to one of the responses that Elon had, and it's pretty fascinating. Let's listen.
His vision, how to augment our workforce with roughly tens of millions of robotics to be able to infuse the next wave of productivity and progress. But this scares a lot of folks here when it comes to the future of jobs. So let's hear about your thoughts, Elon and Jensen, on that.
Sure. Well, if you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So
we'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. And between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. Mm-hmm. I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money is doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. There will still be.
Now, do you hear that? That is what is so fascinating about Elon's answer, is that over time, money will be irrelevant, because if everything is being powered by this infrastructure and AI, and there will be certain aspects of our human existence that are, quote, taken care of, there is going to be a bunch of people that technically don't have to work. But there's going to be a bunch of people where I feel like it's the majority that will be working, but in a completely different type of way. So that's just my personal opinion. I think there's going to be a split of different cultures of people, different ways that people are going to live in the new AI digital age, because it's the same with innovation through the years and our decades of going through technological advances. We have people that basically go all the way to the end of their life without using the new technology, but it's a small portion of people. But then the majority end up going along and adapting and acclimating to the new technology and the way of life. So right now, we've been adapting and acclimating to basically having the internet be incorporated into every aspect of our lives. And now, when it comes to finance and our money, everything is being digitized, everything is being minted on the blockchain. And so think about how this is going to power AI. Think about how this is going to go into the future of how you work. So my theory, this is the big one, is that I think the stable coins, the reason why we're having a stable coin super cycle and all this regulatory clarity and Congress voting on the Genius Act and the Clarity Act for crypto to be able to be regulated in terms of the stable coins, this is going to be the UBI, the universal basic income for people in the United States. We are going to issue the new standard of being able to make sure that people don't riot and go into the streets in the thousands because there's no jobs, there's no money, there's no food, there's no nothing. Okay? The system knows that that chaos could happen, and that fear and that mentality that can happen to a big group of people could be very, very detrimental to the system. So how is the system going to stay intact? I think it's going to be through the universal basic income of stablecoin being issued by the states, and the United States government is going to be the thing that other countries, and the idea that other countries model for our AI new civilization built on AI, robotics, and blockchain. This is what we need to be paying attention to. This is what I think is the actual 10, 20-year plan, but there's going to be some growing pains that go into this. And this is going to be the volatility. It's going to be the jobs that change. There's going to be jobs created. There's going to be jobs lost. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. And I hope you guys are along for the ride. But come to this channel to get your AI updates, your blockchain updates, crypto updates, and just overall culture that's happening in the world right now. You need to be subscribed to this channel. We go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we do a nightly recap live stream at 8 p.m. Make sure you guys are tuning into that. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.